Welcome to Swing and a Miss, a baseball podcast.
Where our overconfident opinions are backed up by cherry-picked stats.
Ben, who are these guys next to us?
Oh, wow.
It says on the L I'm supposed to say something fun. That's asking a lot.
We can only do with what we have.
Already disappointing as opposed to the regulars.
Absolutely. Well, guys, this is our third live show. We're live at Wandering Leaf. I love that the audio only can't tell everyone listening that I held up an applause sign. But I'm going to keep doing it.
It's the boys from Minnesota back at it again. Hot takes from Nels, Tyler, Josh, and Ben. From the first batter up to the safe clinch, you bitch. Get up out your seats, it's Swing and a Miss.
Well, if you guys couldn't tell from the intro, we have a couple starters that are out this week. So we brought in a couple relievers. Guys, take a second to introduce yourselves to our audience.
Hey, my name is Colin McDonald. I'm under the Swing and a Miss umbrella as one of the co-hosts of the Haven't Seen That in Forever podcast. I met these clowns playing softball and haven't looked back since. And I'm excited to be here.
You probably should have looked back since then.
My wife tells me that all the time.
My wife.
My wife.
Yeah, we called Colin up from the minors for this one.
Yeah, I'm Alex Buck. I'm resident weather guy. I was on for the weather trivia episode last year.
Yeah.
And I've also been on Haven't Seen That in Forever. Yeah, really good friends with Ben and Josh and Colin, everybody here. So, yeah, let's hopefully not say something to get me canceled.
No. We edit those things out.
Okay,
anyway.
thank God. Okay.
So before we get started, we want to give...
you mean edit them in.
Oh, we do edit them in. Yes, you're right. So before we get started, we want to give a huge thank you to everyone here at Wandering Leaf. Thank you for welcoming us into such an incredible space today. I've not been here before. Have you guys?
I haven't been inside. I've had the beer before, but I've been meaning to get over to the tap room. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. All the plants everywhere. I mean, you couldn't ask for a prettier place to do this from.
It really is beautiful.
It's been on my wife's bucket list since we moved here because it's like the hanging gardens of Wandering Leaf over here. And if you're a plant lover, if you're a beer lover, or any mix in between, you got to get here.
What if you hate both of those things?
Well, then there's an Aldi right next door. So,
Alex, have you been here before?
I have not, and I feel like I've been missing out.
Yeah, we'll all be back, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic here. The unpopular opinion, a lot of tap rooms are laid out poorly. This one is laid out in such a great way for the ordering experience and the enjoying of the tap room experience.
I agree.
There are too many different tap rooms. I mean, especially in Twin Cities, because we've got a tap room 4 of them for every square mile.
More than Walgreens.
Yeah. And this one is laid out in such a great way of there's a natural flow to get your order and your beer, and then a natural flow to sit down and enjoy it.
And we're also sitting in front of a live plant wall, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
And this
cool.
is a nice pitch for Alex's new podcast coming out, Tap Room Makeovers.
I have watched a lot of
Kitchen Nightmares.
kitchenette. What's the one with John Taffer?
Restaurant Rescue.
Oh, Bar Rescue.
Yeah,
Bar Rescue. Yeah.
There is no butt funnel here, though.
No.
That's unfortunate.
I'm just going to move
That's
on
nothing.
from that one.
That's nothing inappropriate, guys. That's a real term.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It is. We also want to give a special thank you to Olivia Gardner for helping us make today possible. We truly appreciate all of her support from day one, and everybody working here today. We're sorry you have to listen to us, but thank you anyway for having us.
And happy birthday, the birthday party in the back.
Yeah, we also have to give a happy birthday to Tyler, our resident Twins fan, who's not here today.
Tyga Dollar Sign.
He's not here today, but it is his birthday. So if he listens, which I doubt he will, happy birthday.
Yeah, he hears enough of us anyway.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is his break. Birthday gift. Don't have to listen to us.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so first things first, we got to start with the segment that I think everyone tunes in for, New Year's resolutions. We don't have Tyler or Nels here today, so we don't have to go over their New Year's resolutions. I still haven't been to a baseball game since I was given my new one, so I haven't caught a foul ball. So Josh, you are the only one that has to do this today, and
Yay.
Guess what? You get to say something nice about what
I got something nice about the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh, let's go for it. Oh, don't you say that J-Ram got hurt. Don't say that.
I was gonna say that they have what is that? 51 healthy hamate bones.
That's a good joke, especially in front of doctors.
Yeah, that will come up later
I'm
as
sure it
part of
will.
the league check-in. But yeah, who do you want me to actually say something
Let's
nice
go with
about?
Cleveland.
I can't. They're playing us
They
right
had a
now.
bad day yesterday. They lost J-Ram. Let's hear you say something nice about him. About them.
They had 3 guys leave from injury yesterday in the
It
game.
could have been 4.
Yeah, and they still beat us because they are the boogeyman, and we just can't seem to beat mediocre teams from Cleveland.
Mediocre team that's in first place right now.
No, did they jump
tied.
Chicago?
They're tied.
Well, they won't for long if J-Ram misses time.
Yeah, that's
but not if he misses time.
He will miss
for
time.
the time that he misses. But we'll get to that later.
Ben, I mean, your New Year's resolution was about grocery bags.
Oh, it
correct?
was, but it got changed. Thanks for listening.
And what is it now?
I have to
Catch a foul-
I have to
foul
catch
ball.
a foul ball at a baseball
Okay.
game.
Well, are you still
Yeah.
keeping up with both?
No.
No.
Oh,
Well, I haven't been to a baseball game since I was given the new resolutions.
Yeah, which makes it kind of a bad one. But it sounds like we may be going to a game in a few weeks here up in
will be.
Duluth.
We will be.
For those fans of the show, we're working on potentially. Am I allowed to say
Go for
that
it.
yet,
Yeah,
or am
absolutely.
I jumped the gun anyway?
Yep, go for it.
But
You
yeah,
already
we're
started it.
working on. We might be up in Duluth catching a Huskies game, and so maybe Ben can finally fulfill his dream.
My dream
In a few weeks.
of not giving it to a kid.
I will if I will jump over you to catch one and then hand it to a kid just so
Yeah.
that you don't get it.
That sounds about right. All right, let's dive into the meat of this episode. Let's start with some league check-in. Who wants to start? We got a lot of topics on here. I feel like every week when I sit down to kind of put the outline together, I feel like, man, there's not a lot that's happened until I start looking back at the last couple of weeks and think, wow, it really has been a lot. So somebody pick an item.
can I lead off?
Yeah, go for it.
Please do.
I
Can I
have a
lead off?
question
Nice.
about this leadoff. The question is about the most hated player in baseball right now. But I want to make a distinction. I want to ask, are we talking about the most polarizing player in baseball or the most hated? Because in my mind, there's a big difference. You can have someone like, I don't know, like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's very polarizing because it's World Cup season. I'll do a little crossover there. Happy World Cup, folks. But like, he is either hated or loved, but he's not severely hated by people. So does that make sense?
Yeah,
It does.
I think our goal on this one is pure villain. Like out there just to be evil. Like there's nothing about them other than just to get under the skin of everybody else.
So in that case, who's the most hated baseball player right now?
Dalton Rushing.
110%.
It's not even close.
110%.
It's not even close.
Dude's played what, 60 career games,
If
and
that.
already I think 99% of baseball fans want to see him out of the league for good.
Well, I think the thing that really turned everybody off from him was when he started accusing the Rockies of tipping pitches. But it's like, yeah, the Rockies, the
Yeah.
worst team in baseball. You think they're cheating to beat you?
I'm sorry, the worst franchise that has ever existed is cheating. Well,
Yeah.
they're not very good at it, so how about you? And he plays for the Dodgers.
I
Of
know.
all teams to complain about anything.
Right.
Oh, and then, by the way, he's just out there trying to hurt people.
He does
all the
go.
time.
He goes into bases, spikes up a lot. He's running out of the base path to try and break up double plays, out of the way of where he's supposed to be. He's a dirty player.
But I'll tell you what, I have a new entry to this list that I didn't really think about before, but I've also seen a lot of commentary that it's not just a me thing.
Okay.
Josh Naylor sucks, man.
I
hate
kind
that
of thought
guy.
this. I thought he was
Josh
gonna.
Naylor?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come up after last week.
Yeah, I mean, watching him against the Tigers, out of the baseline takeout slides, he threw his sliding mitt at our catcher as he was coming to score from at home. He was, tried to distract our own catcher by throwing his sliding mitt at him. Just all around, he's kind of a dirty piece of crap.
Yeah.
Can I throw something out there about Naylor?
Yeah.
He looks like a villain.
Yeah.
He does.
He kind of
But
looks
so-
like a Disney villain.
But so does Dalton Rushing.
Fair
Well,
enough.
Dalton Rushing looks like he's missing a few screws too.
He does look a little unhinged.
Yeah, Josh Naylor looks like he's like deliberately the villain because he's like, I'm the villain.
Like a
Dalton
Disney
Rushing, I feel like, is a villain because he just is too dumb to know that he's not.
Oh, that's fair.
He looks like every bully that you've ever had, or just the friend from like back in the day that it was like, oh, it's my house, let's play by my rules, and then like goes over to your place. I'm the guest, so we had to play by my rules. I'm like, whoa, buddy. Whoa,
It's like a heads I win, tails you lose.
yeah, like he seems like that kind of guy.
Like
100%.
Dalton Rushing's almost like the Meth Damon kind of actor, like Jesse Plemons.
Meth Damon?
Yeah.
That's what Jesse Plemons goes by.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he goes by that, but that's
Don't
what you
know
call him.
that.
But no, he looks like evil, like scary. Whereas Naylor, in my mind, looks like a Disney villain where you're like, ooh, I don't want my kids to go up to them.
Yeah. But Dalton Rushing, like you said, Josh, he's only been in the league for a hot minute, and he could flame out and be gone in a year. We don't know.
I hope so.
If he keeps this up, though, do we think he actually has the staying power of that to become one of the most hated players of all time, up there with a John Rocker, an AJ Przinsky, Roger
I just don't think
Clemens?
he's good enough.
I don't think he is either, but you never know.
Question for y'all: does he get the benefit of the doubt? The fact that he just is on the Dodgers, who are already kind of the villainous team. It's
No.
easy to be a villain on a villain team, you know?
The benefit of the doubt from who? Fans?
Yeah, like just the general baseball populace.
No. I think the general populace hates him, and
Well,
they
no,
probably should.
But I'm saying, does that make him a villain? Because it's easy to be a villain on the villainous team. That's like you spend the most money, you have the best players, you keep on winning. It's
Well,
easy to cheer against
Freddie
them.
Freeman could have leaned into that years ago, and people still love him.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that's the thing I think I hate the most about the Dodgers is I want to hate them so bad, but outside of Rushing, like it's a very likable team from all of the individuals on the team. I don't hate anybody else on that team except for Dalton Rushing.
Blake Snell.
I like Snell
He
fine.
looks so sad. It's so hard to hate him.
Dude, he's just a gamer, bro, okay?
He's
Leave
hurt
him be.
now.
He
He's
probably
hurt
hasn't
now.
taken a shower in like a month.
Yeah, that's true.
What about who are the other biggest baseball villains of all time?
Pete Rose is, for me, number one.
Yeah, I like that you included Jonathan Papelbon on here. He choked out a teammate in the dugout once.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
So
Does it have to be done in the dugout to be counted?
No, but it doesn't help, does it?
Well, I
And
think
it doesn't help when you choke out your own teammate.
it doesn't help.
At least when David Ortiz lost it, he just destroyed a dugout phone.
It's true.
No living beings were harmed in the making of that tantrum.
In the making of that tantrum.
Or Carlos Zambrano when he absolutely
Yeah.
blew up the water cooler.
Yep.
Those are just like explosive. Papelbon actually attacked his own teammate in a game.
Yep. It's true.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta think it's Ty Cobb has to have that reputation. I mean,
Well,
Field of Dreams, one of the great lines when all the dead players were coming back and they were talking to Costner, and they're like, "Yeah, we were gonna ask Ty Cobb to play, but we hated that son of a bitch when he was alive, so we told him to stick it." So, I mean, when you have that kind of reputation that you make an all-time film just because you were the villain, I
Yeah.
think he's got to have that.
I don't think a lot of love was lost between Ty Cobb and anybody he played with.
No, greatest Tiger though.
For my sake, as someone who doesn't really know,
To be fair, we didn't know Ty Cobb either.
well, but like deep baseball, that's kind of a little bit of a deep cut for me. Most of what I could see about him is just that he's just incredibly competitive. Is he the a la basketball version of like Kobe, who just yells at his
No.
teammate?
No, I wouldn't say so.
There were stories of him sharpening his cleats before games and then sliding intentionally into the shins of the first baseman on his way down to first.
All right.
A base that you notoriously do not slide into because you can run through it.
Didn't Josh
which
Naylor do that?
Are you allowed
He
to
might
slide
have.
into first?
You're allowed to, but it makes no sense
Really, you just
because
run
It's
through.
really
the reason you
unsafe.
slide into bases is because you can't go past them. So
Yeah.
it helps you get a little extra extension and it stops you at the base. First base, you can run right through.
Yeah.
So you actually are faster, not slowing down on the slide. So you can, but most people don't. But he used to, the stories were he used to sharpen those cleats, nice pointy spikes, and aim right at the shins.
Well,
I mean, I was going to go with John Rocker. You don't get a 20-minute video from Jeff Pearlman just because you're a nice guy.
dude,
Like-
John Rocker is wild.
For the record, listeners, isn't this who Kenny Powers was based upon?
Kind of.
Like loosely.
Yeah, loosely.
Well, I'll tell you what. One that we don't have on this list that kind of fits that mold too is Kurt Schilling.
Yeah, that's true.
Bloody sock and all.
Yeah, that's made up. I don't buy it for a second.
Ketchup pack in the sock.
It looks like it.
Was Kurt Schilling as xenophobic,
Yes.
racist, and
Yes.
homophobic?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well, then
Yes.
never mind.
Give any
To Alice's point.
put any one of those out there, and the answer is yes.
That's the reason that name came to mind when you said John Rockers, because I'm like, yes.
Absolutely.
And he ran for Congress once or something. Didn't he?
He did not win.
No. This was back in the days where we didn't let those people win. But next point, we want to move on to another one.
Can I bring up one other name?
No.
No.
Yes.
Is Jose Altuve still kind of hated from the 17?
Fading. It's fading.
Because I think that's one of those examples where I was going back with earlier, like most hated versus severely hated. I feel like he wasn't severely hated, but for about half the league, he was generally hated.
That's one of those kind of
asking.
time heals all wounds type thing.
Fair.
He's not a dirty player. He literally the
Just a cheater.
only thing people hated was the sign stealing scandal.
Yeah.
That was now 9 years ago.
Isn't that wild to think about?
The attention span of most people is not long enough to care about that anymore. A lot of those players aren't in the league anymore, and the ones that are aging. They're starting to decline in their talent in their careers. So I think it's one of those things where, if you bring him up, somebody might be like, oh, that cheater. But nobody's like actively thinking, gosh, I hate this guy anymore.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on to a more positive side of baseball. How about that? Let's talk about the Phillies.
Oh, skipping over
Well, we
some
don't
injuries.
have time to go over everything.
No, I know, but I was like, some more positive things. Oh, I see the next thing. Yankees injuries.
Yankees injuries. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
the Phillies. Donnie Baseball.
I gotta tell you, I'm shocked. But we're seeing them. What are they? 25-12 now, or 26-11 since Don Mattingly was hired back in late April. Do you guys think he fixed the Phillies, or are we just starting to see this team play how they should have been playing all along and not gotten their manager fired?
I mean, sometimes this goes to show sometimes just a change of voice in the locker room actually does make a difference. A lot of times it's like, oh, firing the manager, the coach is, kind of your scapegoat for not playing well. But every once in a while, you need a change of opinion up at the top. And I think that bringing in, a borderline Hall of Fame player in Don Mattingly, who has coached many times before, to just come in with that talented team. Their issue was not talent. Firing the manager doesn't help when you've got no talent on your roster.
for sure.
But when you have as much talent as they do, I think just getting a new voice, a fresh strategy, and somebody that just knows the game as well as Don does, Donnie Baseball.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. It doesn't work a lot, but every once in a while, getting a change of scenery up top does actually help for a team like the Phillies.
The Phillies are supposed to be great going into the season, right?
Great might be overstating it.
But good, great.
Competing.
A World Series
And
competitor.
So, is a team like that who goes through a slump, could this just be said to be a regression to the mean?
Yeah, because they are aging. I think that was the biggest piece that everybody was pointing to at the beginning of the season is you got all these guys that are veterans, but when you become an aging veteran, that's when it becomes concerning.
I guess to clarify my question is not, is their slump a regression to the mean, but is their heavy slump and then return to normality, is that the regression to the mean?
Instead of turning the page, just kind of
Yes.
equaling out.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I think that they just had a lot of players that were performing well under what they should have been.
Yeah.
And it's more than just a regression to the mean. It's these really good players are putting it together. Schwarber's got 24 home runs now, which I believe leads the league at this point now.
Well,
So
he's either leads or tied with you.
yeah. So, he got off to a bit of a slow start, and now he's back to doing what he's doing, which is just absolutely making baseball's fear for their lives and their families' lives, because he just is crushing everything. Bryce Harper's on a hot streak, and he's a 2-time MVP, one of the better players of the last generation. So I think it's just, they just got off really slow, but when you've got good players like that start putting it together. I think it's more than a regression to the mean. I think it's just sometimes good players start off slow and they hit that streak and then they take off and they're finally the players that they're meant to be.
I also don't appreciate you using the mean term when you know I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
Well,
so Ben, the term mean.
I know what it means.
Let me rephrase my question then, I guess.
No, I understood the question.
But well, I guess if Rob Thompson were still at the helm, is their record better, worse, equivalent within like 3 or 4 games of what it is right now?
Probably worse.
Probably worse, but I have no idea.
So then I guess my follow-up question would be, how much success does Mattingly need to drop that interim title?
Oh, probably not that much
I was
more.
gonna say probably not that much more.
Yeah, and he's an established. He has managed in the major leagues before. He's been a coach for many years. It's not like this is his first gig. A lot of times, interim managers are first gigs. They went and pulled the guy that's got the history of doing it. Even had a couple of seasons where the Marlins weren't terrible under him while being terrible talent-wise.
Yeah.
So I think that, he has enough of a history that this turnaround as it is enough to say this guy's done it before. He knows what he's doing. The team's responding to him. Keep him around.
Well, let's talk about another team that's kind of sitting right in the middle. And we have a resident Cubs fan on the panel today. So, yeah. So
Alex, welcome to the show.
I want to hear your thoughts on the Cubs because when we've talked about the Cubs, you've been pretty clear you think they've been fairly feast or famine, and their record doesn't necessarily say a whole lot different, but their talent says they should be a lot more feast than they are famine.
They should definitely be better than what they are. That 10 game win streak, that's great. And then because I'm chronically online, someone went on the Cubs subreddit and said, "Hey, man, I hope the Cubs have another 10 game streak." And then the monkey paw curled one finger. And they lost 10 in a row. It's like, okay. And
I didn't clarify which way the streak was going to go.
Yeah. It's good. Be more clear, guys.
So can we also talk about, speaking of feast or famine, the Cubs have what I would consider to be the most feast or famine player in the majors right now,
PCA.
Crow Armstrong.
PCA
Either he looks like, the next greatest player in the history of the game, or he doesn't know what a baseball looks like when it's hit in the air and he's giving up inside the park home runs because he's like, oh, was I supposed to get that?
He's also grabbing his crotch and yelling at fans.
Yeah, he's just...
This is
the guy. Yeah, this is a guy that fits your polarization comment from earlier, Colin.
Yeah,
is that he's very good when he's on it. He's very bad when he's not on it. And his personality makes you just either love him or hate him for his feistiness.
The polarization piece for him is, to me, he's like the guy you'd love to have on your team, but hate to play him.
I remember
until he makes 300 errors, and then you're like, God, could somebody else take it?
I tell you, 300 errors, that'd be a record.
I remember talking to y'all early last season, literally about a year ago, and saying, that's our guy. That's the new MVP, and then about a month later being like,
when he's on, he could be.
Yeah.
He is very streaky.
I know that,
but
baseball,
I mean, he fits the whole Cubs feast or famine mantra there.
Yeah.
But Alex, if you remember back to our prediction episode, the Cubs are still my National League team to make the World Series. Do you think that was a stupid pick?
At the time, no.
No, I mean now, today.
Oh, now.
Yes.
Misguided, I would never say
name's
stupid.
not Alex.
Brother, your own team that you root for has the best record in baseball in the National League as well.
That wasn't the case at the prediction episode. Nobody played a game yet.
I would have gone with the Cubs because, again, they were very much on an upward trajectory. They were like, oh, okay, we just need to figure out a few things to really get to where we want to go. And then, it's just we win 10 games, then we lose 10 games. And then PCA does an inside the park home run and then gives up 4 errors in a game.
Yeah.
And then
pick a lane.
Pick a lane. If you're going to be bad, just be bad.
If you're going to be bad, be historically bad like the team across town, right?
No, I highly disagree. As somebody who
the
has
White
seen all
Sox-
of my teams be historically bad in the last decade, no. Historically bad sucks.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be bad, make it interesting.
The Sox
No.
are fun right now.
They are
Oh, they
now.
are.
Let's just be honest.
They are now.
Even without Murakami.
Yeah, that's a bummer. He's still not back.
I know.
All right, I've got
But it is nice to have Alex on today because he is the only fan of like a team that's on the border of playoff contention because your team has the best record in baseball. My team and Nels' team are unwatchably bad most of the time, and Tyler's team is also not very good. Don't worry, Twins fans, just because you're ahead in the standings for the Tigers does not make you any better. We both are unwatchable messes.
And that was Josh driving away all of our viewers. And thank you so much for that. Colin, who do
Hey,
you
if
root
32
for?
and 40 didn't drive you away.
Being from Memphis, I never really had a hometown team.
I was say that you had a
He never had a
hometown.
home, and he's just been wandering looking for a
It
place
was
to love.
kind of, well, everyone was split. It was a 50-50. You either like the Cardinals or you like the Braves. That was a very firm thing there.
Yeah.
I never really cared about either of those two teams, but having been born in South Bend, and I guess a lot of my family
I keep forgetting that about you.
a lot of my family being from that area, I technically would say I'm a Cubs fan. And this is the first time I've ever lived in a city where I have a team. So I'd say I'm a Twins fan.
Guys, this is breaking news. I did not know you were a Cubs fan.
Well, I said I
Breaking news.
guess I
Colin
would
doesn't
say.
care and will just latch on to whoever loves him. I do want to say
That's
though,
not breaking news.
he did
So sorry.
he did bring up one team that I want to talk about. It's not on our outline here.
Oh, then we can't talk about it.
But I need you to unapologize to the Cardinals.
I know. I apologize to you about them, and ever
I kn-
since they've been trashed.
I know. Well, no, and then they've turned it around. They've got a 2.5 game lead in the wild card again. They're 8 games over 500.
Over the
So-
Phillies.
Yeah. So like
They
you know,
were trashed for that 2
Yeah,
week
I made
period
you
after
guys
I
apologize,
apologized.
and then 2 episodes ago,
Made.
then we came back last episode. They were on a stinker, and you
Yeah.
unapologized.
Yeah.
So now you can unapologize
This is
because
just gonna
they're
be
playing good ball.
It's just going to be a
again.
trend. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to unapologize.
All the way to the Cardinals making the playoffs as a wild card, while the show predicted them to be historically bad.
I can tell you who's not making them from that division. It's the Cincinnati Reds. My goodness.
No.
Trash. We don't have to talk about them. I want to bring up they've had the worst record since we recorded last time.
And that's
Ugh.
Ben's number 2 team.
Ugh, gross. All right, I've got a couple more things in league check-in, and then I really want to talk about the Professional Women's Baseball League because I'm really excited about that. And
Absolutely.
thank you. We haven't gotten to it yet. But I'm glad you're excited. First thing I want to touch on, did anybody watch Jacob Mizorowski's performance on Friday night?
I not live, but
you're aware of it.
Yes, and I watched back some highlights because I was out and about, had things going on. But
Out with
Yeah.
most of these folks here, I imagine.
yes, we got a bunch of people in from out of town.
Congrats
this
on
weekend.
graduating, by the way.
Yeah, they're juniors.
Congratulations on almost graduating.
But yeah, Mizorowski, I do just want to say one thing to kind of go with that.
Yeah.
Mizorowski Friday night, and then Yamamoto also had a stellar pitching
I know.
performance. He carried a perfect game into the late part of the 7th, and then a no-hitter into the 9th.
Well, one
and that
thing-
wasn't even the most exciting game because of Mizorowski's Maddox.
Well, we didn't really talk. We should probably set it up for the people that are here
Yes.
that didn't watch this game. So Mizorowski's a pitcher for the Brewers, and on Friday night, he pitched a complete game, which in today's Major League Baseball is almost unheard of because everyone's on a pitch count and you get yanked for 1 hit or 2 hits or 1 run. Complete game, 15 strikeouts, walked nobody, which is incredible. 1 hit. Complete game shutout. 1 hit, no walks, 15 strikeouts.
And it was a Maddox, which for the crowd who hasn't heard this term, is named after Hall of Fame pitcher Greg Maddox, who was very famous for being not a big strikeout guy, but very, very good weak contact. So he was able to get through innings fast because he wasn't racking up the pitch count
Yeah.
for like long at bats. So a Maddox is a complete game pitched with less than 100 pitches thrown for that
Crazy.
pitcher.
And what would be
Lord.
a normal game in terms of pitches thrown?
Oh, if it was a complete game, probably 115 to 120.
Yeah.
I would say these days.
It's shocking when it's under 100.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, and the 15 strikeouts is the most strikeouts in a Maddox game in the history of baseball, passing one Detroit Tigers legend, Tarek Skubal, last year, who had 13.
Yeah.
So
It's just an incredible game.
an absolute.
And for context, this dude throws flame. He throws over 100 consistently.
Oh, he can touch 105.
Yeah, but I'm just
I mean,
saying,
he's
you have
throwing 103, 104 as a starter, which is also unheard of
for a complete game.
because you need to save your arm for that many pitches.
He's got another year before he gets Tommy Johns.
Probably. But also, this guy is my favorite player in the league now.
It's hard to not be.
On top of him being a dominant freak of nature as a pitcher, one, he looks like a total nerd that you would not suspect to be an
he's a
athlete at
metalhead.
all. He is a metalhead, and he is a big Pokemon nerd, which I am both of as well. So
Kinda
this
best
guy,
case scenario.
this guy
He also
is
looks like
my
he's about,
favorite player.
He looks like he's about 11.
Oh yeah, he's got the biggest baby face. He looks like he's like a baby giraffe. He looks like he does not have the coordination.
About the height of a baby
Yeah.
giraffe. He's like 6'8", isn't he?
Yeah, and he's just
Sorry,
lanky,
Alex. Sorry,
uncoordinated looking,
I'm so sorry.
That's
And yet-
very heightest of you.
and yet throws 105.
I'll be honest. I've had friends text me about him saying, "Hey, you know baseball? Who's this guy?" Because they know nothing about baseball, but they know about like Pokemon or something. They're
Yeah.
like, "This guy's kind of
Yeah.
cool." So I think he's bridging several gaps.
Yeah.
If I could sit down with one player in the league right now, it's him.
just sit.
Yeah, no, we'd talk
Stare at each other?
Pokemon, we'd talk metal. It would be
Dude,
awesome.
I'd love to talk metal with him. That'd be
He's
awesome.
on Mookie's podcast and he's talking about Pantera, and Mookie looks at him like he's like some alien.
I'm
He's
okay.
like, whatever.
I'm okay.
Josh,
not.
isn't your current walkout song by Pantera?
No, Coheed and Gabriel.
It was Judas Priest.
Yeah.
No longer. All right, I've got one more quick topic to touch on before we get to the Professional Women's Baseball League. Real quick for the audience that's listening, if you had to guess, would you say that Major League Baseball viewership is up or down this year?
Or stagnant.
Or stagnant? Getting a lot of downs.
Oh, we got a stagnant.
We got a stagnant. We got a lot of downs and one up. This is why I think this is so interesting. It's up 44%, which is incredible.
Specifically on nationally televised games.
Yes.
So the games that anybody can access.
Which is still an incredible increase.
No, which is fantastic because that means people are able to find it outside of their local market and are choosing to then stick around and watch. Because the local ratings will always ebb and flow with how good the team is, and you've got your diehards that'll always watch, and the people that are like, oh, if they're good, I'll catch the games of my team.
Right.
But the national games, most of the time, I mean, to be up 44%, it's people watching teams that they don't follow.
Oh no, because you're not getting your team on every national broadcast. No. So if you're seeing a 44% increase, it's people that are hate watching the Dodgers, people that are hate watching the Yankees, but also people that are just checking out the Mariners or just checking out the Astros.
Yeah, I put this in the rundown. It also, going back to my job actually in an analytics perspective, if something jumps that much, you also have to look at how the data is collected.
True.
And Nielsen did this really fun thing where, because they did it to the NFL last year, and the NFL said, we've grown this much. And then you look at like, oh, Nielsen just started counting people that are watching it already,
Right.
just weren't counted. So
Do you still have to have the device on the TV to be counted?
No.
They
Thank you, Big
changed
Brother.
it this year.
Oh, okay.
Well, they changed it to that.
Is it self-reported?
Well, no, but like
I mean-
No, they're all smart TVs, so
Yeah,
I'm sure that
that's
it
true.
automatically sends
part of the
data.
reason they changed it was that bars and restaurants now do not register as one. They
You could only be
changed-
counted as one, I thought.
No, but this year they changed
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
Where it's no longer one TV per a bar. If they have 5 TVs on, it's not 5 screens, it's not 5 viewers. They will register a full bar.
Yeah, they're not getting a
Yeah.
share of every 5th TV. They're getting the
Right.
one
Yeah.
per household.
That being said, it is easier to see more of these games. I'm going to shout out to my lovely wife, Megan.
Hey, Meg.
A ton of our reality shows are on Peacock. And before watching one of the shows, I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this Cubs-Padres game. The one where they lost, 21-3?
It was not close.
It was no, it was a football score, is what it was. And I was like, oh, it is easier to catch these national, and I mean, Josh, you were right. Like, it is easier to catch the national games.
Yeah.
I believe also maybe the celeb spotting at some of the Dodgers games had to help. Like, the absolutely didn't hurt.
You're starting to see that more and more with people that are from the region. Like, you're starting to see people that are huge Cardinals fans that grew up in St. Louis show up at more Cardinals games.
Yeah.
Like Paul Rudd.
He's Cardinals? Oh.
He's from
Paul,
he's from Kansas City.
Again, I'm going to go back to Bravo. Andy Cohen is a massive.
I have not seen Andy Cohen at many Cardinals games.
Really?
He could be.
I could have sworn I saw him at one or two.
He might have been.
He's got Cardinal stuff in the clubhouse.
Okay.
I still think the Tigers have the best 1-2 punch of Jack White and J.K. Simmons that not only come to games, but they go into the broadcasting booth. And if you catch a Tigers game, probably one out of every 15 or so, one of those two is hanging out in the booth, and you get to listen to them talk about baseball and loving the sport too, which I think helps a lot on, these kind of broadcasts. You get non-baseball people that love the sport talking about it. I'm like, doesn't get much better than listening to J.K. Simmons talk about how much he loves baseball and breaking down a roster. And you're like, that's amazing. J. Jonah Jameson is breaking down the Tigers.
That
or
man could
Jack
read
White.
a phone book. That man could read a phone book.
Dude, I love when he joins the booth. He probably gets in about 5 or 6 games a year for the Tigers, and it's always my favorite. I drop everything just to listen to what he's saying,
including if you're holding like a baby.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then the Tigers just had Tom Selleck on recently too on their broadcast.
Magnum PI,
couple weeks ago.
Mustached or mustacheless?
Mustacheless and
Ew.
currently out of work, and was saying that he's looking for new acting jobs.
Oh, that's good. 80-year-old Tom Selleck is begging for jobs on
I
Tigers.
kind of thought he was born with the mustache. Like, I don't think I've like.
I mean, I don't know that it was like clean shaven, but it wasn't the signature stash.
Interesting.
So I'll throw this out there. We'll touch upon this a lot more in a second with the PWBL. But I think that like a few other factors are at play here. One, I mean, obviously we've touched upon that there's more TV rights, that everyone can get more access to it.
Right.
Obviously, that's always going to lead to viewership increase. We're changing the way that we record viewership in like bars and restaurants. I get that. But also, I've been on record, not on this pod, but with the three of y'all for months, years now. Baseball is maybe the easiest thing to like show on a screen. I think that baseball is the best movie sport by a landslide. I think that if you're going to use like the TikTokification of
Hashtag trademark.
Yeah. But like, I mean, if you just want to show one or two plays on social media, it's really, really, really easy and advantageous to do it with baseball compared to other sports.
Yeah.
And the game's so much faster thanks to the pitch count, the pitch clock.
The pitch count. Also,
ABS is really made.
Yeah.
Really made it cool.
Unless you're Jazz Chisholm and you lose every ABS challenge.
But
like,
the pitch
that's
clock
still fun.
has.
I want to watch people lose those
Oh, yeah, it
challenges
is fun.
too.
It is fun.
You know, so that's contributed to it massively.
Yeah.
I think the pitch clock has been the single biggest thing for television viewing for baseball. I don't like it for games that I go to the game because it makes my experience at the ballpark so much shorter. But
We don't have enough time to go to the bathroom.
But for sitting and watching a game on TV, it takes a game that people consider to be too long and boring, and it's now a 2-hour affair. Yeah. It's an hour and 15 minutes less on average now than NFL games.
It's shorter than a hockey game.
Yeah. So it's no longer that long, dragged out sport that people are like, nothing's happening because it's a minute and 30 seconds between pitches. And it really makes viewing on TV much, much better.
Yeah.
Can I ask one challenge question?
Yeah.
So
Well, split the difference and say maybe.
choose a team right now. And if you're going to want to watch every single game of that team all year, how many services do you have to have if it's local versus if it's in another city?
For me, it's 2.
Only
Nope.
2? The whole season?
I could have sworn I saw this online somewhere, and it was like 5 to 7 different services that you
yeah,
need.
'cause you
That's what
need-
I would
If I'm
guess.
talking
catch
about
every
my
game.
team specifically, I have to have the MLB app through ESPN. So I'm counting that as 1. And if they're going to have a national game, I have to have at least YouTube TV or Roku or something like that.
Not necessarily, or
They're not on Peacock, I've checked.
well, but just in general, the question is like not necessarily one team, but
Yeah.
If you were to try to catch every single game on the season, you'd need Peacock, you'd need Amazon, you'd need
YouTube
Apple TV, you'd need a subscription to
ESPN,
cable with
Disney
ESPN.
Plus.
Oh, I forgot about
and-
Apple TV. So 3 for
Yeah,
that.
and then also if you're out of network, then you're out of what the local area, you're going to need MLB TV, and if you're in the local area, most of those you need a separate subscription for your regional sports networks,
which
So
are
it's a
all
lot.
which are all going bankrupt anyway. So
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
get the subscription
Which,
for this year?
to answer your question, as a Tigers fan who does not have Apple TV, and
Guys,
we
if you
played.
didn't know Josh is a Tigers fan.
Well, we've played on Apple TV twice this year. I don't have Apple TV. I watch almost all the games. I skip the Apple TV games. I'm just like, I'll catch the box
they're
score.
pretty crappy broadcasts anyway.
Yeah,
by
but
the
I'm
way.
like, I'm not buying Apple TV to watch 2 games of my team
That's
all
right,
year
yeah.
when they play
if
162.
you don't have the physical Apple TV that you use for your smart hub anyway, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
No.
So, and I don't have Peacock either. So I think there's been 3 or 4 games this year of the Tigers between Peacock and Apple TV that I'm just like, well, I'll catch 150 games instead of 162.
Did they
this
do
year.
away with the Roku Sunday morning games this year? Because those were bad.
I can't.
I can't answer that.
I haven't seen one yet.
I've
so I'm guessing
actively-
it's done.
I've actively heard my dad that they live back in my hometown of Waterloo, and then they go up to kind of the Iowa-Wisconsin border in Prairie du Chien.
Yeah.
The problem is he's in network when he's at home, and out of network when he goes up to Prairie du Chien.
Of course. That makes
So
total
if he
sense.
wants to watch the Cubs, like he's actively said, I can't even listen to the
Yeah.
Cubs.
Yeah.
You know, because he goes on a decently long walk. He's like, I just want to put the game on, have something to listen to.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't, like, halfway through a broadcast, like, oh, you're out of network for this. Please subscribe to. And he's like, I used to be able to turn on AM whatever
Right.
and get the Cubs games. Like, why can't I do that again?
It's gatekeeping.
Which maybe it's better for like the average, the average fan. It's not great for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I would like to get all 160 something games for every team.
That'd be nice.
Give me a flat rate. I will pay it.
a flat rate that includes everything, including the national games.
Yeah.
Well, what sucks too is I'm just looking this up because you were talking about listening to the games. On MLB.com, you used to be able to get the radio feed
Yeah, you
for
can't
any
anymore.
team. I think it was either free or it was like $10 a year.
No, it's free.
$60 a year now for the MLB Plus package for the live audio for all the teams. So the
For the
radio
games that you can't
calls,
watch,
Yeah.
basically.
It's
for the
insane.
radio calls, it's $60 a year if you want just the radio. Now, if you buy the TV package, it comes with the radio stuff also.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'll do that in the car all the time. I have MLB TV, but I'll listen to the Tigers game on a Sunday. I'm driving to do errands. I'll throw on the radio call while I'm in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy the TV package, it comes with the radio. But if you want just the radio for all the teams, $60 a year. And it used to be free.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, while viewership is up 44%, access is down, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Which is, we like you guys talked about with Nielsen and the way that they're counting viewership, it may be inflated, or I don't really know what to attribute it to, but I thought it was an interesting piece and fun
For sure.
discussion.
Absolutely.
All right, who's ready to talk women's baseball?
Yes.
I expected a bigger response. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, I guess some of us just support women in sports. I
It's
guess some
not
of us
like
just
that
do
audio is going to come through on the recording anyway.
We never know. We never know. All right, so one thing I really wanted to talk about today was the Professional Women's Baseball League. I know we've talked about it before on the show, but we're coming up on the inaugural game, which is August 1st between the LA team and the New York team, which it annoys me they don't get a team name in the first year. It's just New York and LA.
I mean,
They have colors.
PWHL did the
I
same
know.
thing.
That annoyed me too. Second game is August 2nd between Boston and San Francisco. Now, we're not going to sit here and break down every team because, quite honestly, that would bore everybody to tears, just like we do with the men's teams. But I do want to have a discussion about the expansion opportunities in professional women's baseball because we saw the success of the Professional Women's Hockey League in year one to the ability to expand 4 teams after that. And then we saw in year 3 another 4 expanded. So we're going into year 3 with 12 teams in the Professional Women's Hockey League. And what I want to pose to you guys is, how does baseball, professional women's baseball, succeed enough in year 1 to have that same trajectory where in year 2 and year 3 we're seeing expansion? And also, where would you like to see them expand to?
I mean,
And go.
one of the main things is they really got to market it. I think the PWHL actually did a very good job with marketing. If you look at just total popularity of the 4 major American sports, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, in the men's leagues, hockey is the least followed sport out of the big 4.
Yeah.
It is 4 of 4 with a bit of a gap in terms of overall following. And yet the PWHL was able to be very successful very quickly,
Incredibly successful.
despite not being able to pick from the large overlap of men's hockey fans that you can bring into the women's sphere, because it is just lower in general than the other sports, because they marketed it, I thought, very well. Part of that might have been a little bit biased because here in Minnesota we got one of the inaugural teams, and so
And a good
Ben-
inaugural team,
yeah,
too.
well, Ben and I
Two-time
actually,
Walter Cup.
yeah, Ben and I went to the inaugural game.
We
I
did.
think, was it the first game or the second?
Yeah, it was the first game here.
Was
the
that
first,
with you?
the first home.
Yeah,
game.
you were there too.
Yeah,
I was
Alex
there-
was
oh, yeah,
there
I was
too.
supposed to say, I was there too, guys.
Yeah, Alex was
too.
there too.
How dare you.
So I think for us it kind of helps from our perspective of how well it was marketed by the fact that we had our own home team, but it was very successful despite it being the 4 out of the 4 major sports in terms of following. Baseball has a bigger base to pull from. I think that they just need to figure out how to market it well. In a small league,
Yeah.
they need to not be greedy with the TV deals and all that stuff. Forget regional, forget blackouts. Have them all on TV, promote them well.
Get it together.
Yeah, promote them well, get them on TV. Do a partnership with MLB. You're watching MLB on.
I'm surprised I haven't seen that
Yeah,
yet.
get MLB, Sunday Night Baseball to also do a promotion for the, Professional Women's Baseball League that's starting on August 1st. And, tap into that existing fan base of baseball fans and pull them in like hockey did, tapping into their existing fan base of hockey fans and bringing them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin, thoughts?
I think there's a big difference between viewership on TV and fandom. And I think that what they need to do is create fandom right now. You do not need to make a worldwide league. It's your very first year. You have 4 teams.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, you don't need to include new rivalries, new superstars, new hot takes. What you need to do is make... Whoa.
Ben keeps messing with the board
I'm
over
not
here.
messing with anything.
You need to make a very clean, consistent product. So I agree with Josh in terms of what your goal should be right now is to make the single most polished product possible, where it's fun to go watch. If you want to watch it on TV, it's fun to watch that too. But I'm not worried in the first year about making every front a success. I don't think that they need to make public awareness, presence, viewership, numbers, fandom, local embracement, etc. Just choose one lane and go for it.
So in that vein, if they follow that to a T and they are successful with it, where do you think they should expand to in year 2?
I have a lot of thoughts about expansion.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, so
He's going to say Memphis #1.
I don't. I'm not gonna. I want to say Memphis because I'm from Memphis, listeners. But no, I think that Chicago and Seattle are the easy, low-hanging fruit.
I agree.
That's just the ones that you can barely pick off the tree when you're standing next to them. Personally, I hope it's not Vegas because I don't even know if Vegas can currently sustain an MLB team. We've only seen one game, right?
One series.
One series.
One series.
Yeah, one series.
Sorry, and also they, I don't know, inflated those balls. Those were flying.
It's the elevation. It's just like Coors Field.
Fair enough, but I have a few very controversial ideas about where they should.
Let's hear them.
All right, hear me out.
We'd love to.
Orlando.
All right, you're done.
It's significantly bigger population than Vegas. It has a significantly bigger global tourism than Vegas. It's 75 million versus 40. One's growing, one's shrinking. You have the Disney ESPN connection, and one has like
That's actually very true.
a
That's
ton of fields already there. You already constantly have however many tournaments all year long there.
And there's not the cannibalism of another team there either.
I
Yeah.
think that's one idea. I would throw out there Portland because it's one of the biggest women's sports hubs in the country.
That's true.
And then
I think the Pacific Northwest in general makes sense for expansion just because of that reason.
So-
they have adopted women's sports a lot faster
I
than
agree.
anywhere else in the country.
I'm going to throw a little wrench in that and disagree a little bit.
That's
and
fine.
it has nothing to do with the people there. The people are a good like demographic to
Weather?
expand to. The weather, because baseball is a very weather dependent sport.
True.
I think you have to look in places that are more apt to provide baseball weather during the short season that they have so far to start. I think you look at a place like Orlando. Even Orlando might be a little too hot, even. So like I'm thinking more like honestly like not Memphis necessarily, but something around that kind of like it's nice, it's warm, but it's not too hot. But like Pacific Northwest, you deal with so much rain. I don't know, Portland is tough because they don't have a stadium there. If you share Seattle's stadium for Seattle, they've got the retractable roof you can put over.
I have
but-
two other options.
Well, I was just going to say, when you give, I think I'm probably headed down one of them, and I don't want to. When you say things like that, when you're talking about the weather and really paying attention to that in the short season, one thing that everyone's going to turn to immediately is going to be Nashville. And
always.
I hate that. I'm not
As
a Nashville guy.
lifelong Memphian until I moved here.
I'm not a Nashville guy.
Josh, I got a very easy.
Yeah, bring it to me, weather boy.
Very easy solution to this. Play in a dome.
And dome.
But
Play in a
but
dome.
so-
You're not going to get local leadership to pay for a
yeah, the
dome.
issue is
Yeah, I know.
going to be building that, which is why I said if you have one in Seattle, they have a retractable roof. So if
Yeah.
you share that stadium, but like Portland's tough. They
Play
don't
it in
have the
Washington.
infrastructure for a professional baseball stadium there. So you'd have to build a whole one, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you'd have to probably look somewhere where there's already infrastructure. Honestly, a place, I'm just thinking about this right now, a place that would be kind of interesting, probably not the best demographic place to go, but a place with a baseball infrastructure without professional baseball, Omaha.
Omaha.
With the College World Series
actually-
stadiums there, probably
Lot of
the
tornadoes.
capacity is probably what you want. It's not like overly big 30,000 people stadiums.
I like Omaha.
They have the infrastructure for it. Now, do they have the demographic for it?
No.
Will they support women's baseball in Nebraska?
No.
That part I don't know.
I tell you where they will that
but
has
that
the
is one
infrastructure.
place that has the infrastructure and the weather for it that would work.
Can I just wrap it up real quick?
Wrap it up.
All right. So obviously the Twin Cities celebrates our women's sports. That's another
For sure.
kind of low hanging.
That's a low-hanging fruit one.
So I'm not going to include.
And
that.
we have every sport here, so why not add another one?
I
why
have
not?
two other curveballs I want to throw. One would be the research triangle of Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill.
That's a good one.
I think
The Carolinas.
that's kind
Yeah.
of a good. There's a lot of like popularity there. There's a lot of young families there.
And it's
There's
another
not-
state that's a big college baseball.
I
If
agree.
you could,
Yeah.
After the College World Series is done, East Carolina has a very prominent program with a very nice stadium. App
I can't believe she didn't hear you
State's
say
probably too small, but they've got one of the most beautiful ballparks of every baseball ballpark in the country. If you haven't yet, look up
It is
Appalachian State's baseball
Yeah.
stadium for their college. Beautiful. And then you've got, in the Raleigh-Durham area itself, you've got both UNC not far in Chapel Hill and Raleigh's got NC State.
Yep.
So you probably have infrastructure
How
there.
cool
I
of a-
like that idea actually a lot. That's a good fit.
How cool of a mascot would be like the Beakers or something, and you have like a
Like
giant
from the Muppets?
no, like scientific. All right, my last thing, and I'll pitch this. I know it will never, ever, ever happen.
Raleigh could happen, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
I think that one should happen. But what about if we had a Rockford, Illinois, Rockford Peaches.
That's awesome.
Like a callback
Come
to the
on!
original.
Yes.
I
love that.
That's low-hanging fruit when we talk about popularity, not realistically.
Because it's peaches. I get it.
But
Fruit.
Here's what I say.
it'll never happen. I don't
Yeah.
think it should happen, but I want it to.
Not for a team, but
That's where the champ is
But-
or something.
MLB the last few years has done the Field of Dreams game.
took the idea right out of my head.
At the field that they filmed Field of
Yeah,
Dreams in
Dyer-
Iowa. They've done a series at that, at that ballpark that they used to film it the last like 3 years or so.
Yeah.
That would be a great one of those type things.
That
like
would be
do
awesome.
do a series in Rockford
I'd love
and
to
have
go
a
to that.
whole a league of their own theme,
Yeah.
like everything around it and
Yeah,
stuff.
Tom Hanks comes back.
Yeah.
Gina Davis comes back.
It would be a great, it would be a
Madonna?
great one-off series per year
Yep.
type thing to do. I don't think it could support a full team, but it would
No,
be
yeah,
great.
yeah,
it would be
agreed.
great for like a weekend series where it's a league of their own, weekend series in Rockford. That would be great.
Mine is.
I'm signing Colin up for expansion from now on. These
Actually,
are great ideas.
Mine, I think, is pretty easy, low hanging fruit. Also, and it's Columbus, Ohio, specifically because they've got 2 teams professionally in the state already. They've got a minor league team of the Guardians that's already located in Columbus. They have the infrastructure in the stadium. They support women's sports. They've got a women's hockey team. They've got a women's soccer team. That one makes a lot of sense.
and Ben's
to me.
from Columbus, so
Yeah, if you can't tell, Josh is
Are
from
you really?
Detroit. That one makes a lot of sense infrastructure wise. They do sell quite a bit of their games for the Clippers out, that minor league team, so I think they could still support it. And the fan base for baseball is divided in that city anyway, so having some team that can unify both fan bases,
Yeah.
I think makes a lot of sense.
And so I also want to say too, infrastructure wise, I think what makes the most sense is not places with minor league ballparks per se, but with college ballparks. And they have Ohio State.
They do.
So they have that, but because the college season ends before, then
Right.
there's not the competition cannibalizing. Do we have, the field for these days? Can we fit this all in? The
Right.
scheduling would be a lot easier
I think
on the
the-
college stadiums because the seasons wouldn't overlap.
I think the logistics of the seasons, once they become longer,
Yeah.
is going to be one of those things that have to be taken into account.
But this is absolutely the perfect kind of league that you can expand to a lot of
Yeah.
college towns that have a lot of passion for sports that don't necessarily have those pro teams either.
Yeah.
So I like it.
I'm excited. You guys excited to watch this league?
Absolutely.
I'm so
Absolutely.
excited.
100%.
I can't
And
wait.
and I do want to do one more little pitch
for it.
in the same vein is the first U.S. professional women's softball league just started last week. And that has already been super exciting.
Yeah.
So you got 2 different flavors of the same bat and ball sport. You've got the softball and the women's baseball coming up. So a lot of good. If you like seeing people smack a pitch and run bases, we've got a couple fun leagues coming up here. And it's already been the softball league's already been super excited. So I can't wait to see how the baseball kicks off. But
know.
the atmosphere in the softball league has already been incredible.
More baseball, more softball. We're here for it.
Always. Summer sports outside are just the best.
They really are. Until it rains.
Yeah, even in the rain.
Well, let's do our.
So what do
quick,
you do when it rains and you get a little stinky?
Well, that's a good question. Who here likes deodorant?
I think everybody.
I like how good y'all smell right now.
Thank you. Because today's episode is actually brought to us by Pit Liquor, the deodorant for people whose armpits have seen war. Pit Liquor says natural shouldn't mean weak. And thank God, because most natural deodorants work for about 7 minutes before your body starts smelling like wet drywall and emotional instability. But not Pit Liquor. Pit Liquor is made with vodka and whiskey-based formulas designed to stop body odor at the source. And on the hit summer reality show Love Island, multiple men have the white residue from antiperspirants. Pit Liquor wouldn't give you that white residue. For our listeners, we have a special offer for you. Go to pitliquor.com/swingandamiss for 15% off your order. Again, that's pitliquor.com/swingandamiss for 15% off your first order. Pit Liquor. We aren't anti-sweat. We're anti-stink.
And I just want to say, during that read, our resident reality TV show lover and Love Island, connoisseur was absolutely clapping along to the white deodorant streaks on the men. So
You'll be happy to know
it's not just a read, it's real.
your husband added that to the read. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with Ballpark Brews and our favorite segment, Avery Demands Answers, and we'll wrap it up with some trivia. See you in a minute. And we are back, and it is now time for our favorite segment. Say it with me.
Avery Demands Answers.
For those of you who don't know, this is the segment where my 5-year-old niece gives us a question about baseball on a 5-year-old's level, and we answer it to the best of our ability on a 5-year-old's level because that's where most of us operate. So here is today's question.
Hey, Uncle Ben, why do the batters touch their helmets after a pitch?
Did she
So
say
if you couldn't hear, she said, why do batters touch their helmets after each pitch?
Well, that is an interesting question that has a totally new meaning starting this year. So, the new meaning, we now have what we mentioned before, the ABS challenge system for balls and strikes. So, now as a batter, if you want to challenge a pitch, if the umpire called it a strike and you thought it was a ball, the signal to challenge the pitch is to tap your helmet twice on top of the head.
Immediately. You have to do it immediately.
It is up to umpire discretion, though.
saw
So
that.
you'll see sometimes they give them a little extra. But nowadays, the touching the helmet signals that you are challenging the pitch. Otherwise, before that, it's just kind of routine. It's like when they used to step out of the box, adjust their batting gloves, adjust their helmet, kind of after the pitch, just kind of like recenter themselves, refocus, and get ready for the next pitch coming in.
See, that's what I initially thought the question was asking, like superstitions. Stepping out, touching your helmet, readjusting your batting gloves. Now that I've had time to think on it since this morning, I realize I'm the idiot, and she was asking about ABS.
Oh, not
Yeah,
necessarily.
it's
I've
something
had
that's
that
totally
same
different
thought.
now.
I've
You had
that
the same thought?
I've had that same thought of like, I mean, before the pitch clock was a thing. It's like, okay, pitcher's gonna step out,
Right.
and the batter's gonna step out, readjust for like tie his shoes again,
Right.
touch his helmet, just like, oh, why is this game 3.5 to 4 hours long?
Right.
Now, yeah, it's ABS and like, all right, maybe I did jostle my helmet a little bit, at the last swing, and like readjust and get back centered.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
And nowadays with the pitch clock, you don't have time to undo and redo the
yeah.
Velcro on your gloves and all that. So just kind of like a step out recentering. It's very easy to just I'll do that all the time when I'm playing softball. After a pitch, I'll just take a half step back and just kind of wiggle the hat a little bit just to kind of readjust.
the hat.
All right, it's a new pitch coming in now.
One of
Just
my
kind of
fav-
reset yourself.
One of my favorite things in the world of sports is watching someone do their routine, because literally 99.9% of people have their own routine. In baseball, I like to clip the back heel of each of my shoes with the bat.
Oh, and you do your little knees touching each other, a little wiggle thingy.
If I'm running track, I like to kick my legs out behind the cleats. If you're playing basketball, everyone has a different spin. It's always a fun thing to watch someone do their routine. But Avery, to your answer, for sure, nowadays, your answer
Challenging.
is
Yeah.
challenge.
And I got a homework assignment now for you, Colin, because you said that. If you like watching long routines between pitches,
I do.
go YouTube Nomar Garcia
I do.
Parra. He was famous for the longest step out of the box, adjust his gloves, wiggle his jersey. He took probably 30 seconds between every pitch. Famous for his long routines between pitches.
Well before the pitch count.
He is who the pitch clock was invented to prevent. So that's your homework. Watch some Nomar Garcia Parra at bats and watch what he did between pitches.
Poor Nomar's catching strays over
Sorry,
here.
real
He didn't do
quick,
anything.
he's also married
he also
to
has,
Mia Hamm?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
Come
Honestly,
on, guys. Get up with it.
Dude, since 03 too.
Yeah. Not new.
No, it's not.
Well, thank you for the question, Avery. That was real. Like I said, it made me feel stupid because you clearly were asking about ABS, and I went to immediately the superstition part of it. But that's okay.
Well, now I feel smart because that was my first thought. Was
Congratulations.
Woo!
Well, now we
That's
have a special guest joining the table here. Rob, the owner of Wandering Leaf, has very graciously decided to hop on the mic and tell us a little bit about the beers we're going to be reviewing today for Ballpark Brews. So, Rob, I'll hand the mic over to you and tell us about the first one we're going to be
I
tasting.
get it. Hop.
Cold beer, bad takes, baseball views. Welcome back to Ballpark Brews. Crack it open, let's talk ball. One more round before last call.
Yeah, so the first beer that I'm bringing out for you is the lighter beer. So we have two beers here. One's going to be a Helles, one's a hazy IPA. So your Helles is our award-winning beer this year. We won gold for the German International Pale Lagers. If you like Pilsners, it's going to be a little bit less bitter of a Pilsner, or a lager. So it is a very malt-forward, sweet lager. So if you guys want to give it a little sample, you shouldn't get any real bitterness on this beer. It should be very, very mild, very malt forward, with a nice sweetness at the end.
Ooh. Well, that's delightful.
That's nice.
It's very crisp.
That's really good.
That
Yeah.
goes down easy.
So, Rob, how we rate beers is we do it based on baseball terminology. So we give, strikeout, single, double, homer, whatever we feel is appropriate for the beer. So I think it's only appropriate to give our guests on this particular episode the opportunity to review first. So, Alex, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, that is infinitely crushable. I feel, and again, do not recommend doing this, but you drink a case. drink a bunch of these on a lake, on a which it's beautiful out here today.
Yeah.
This is the perfect beer for the perfect day. This is a grand slam that wins the game for me.
Ooh, a walk-off grand slam?
I am struggling to think of a beer that I've had that's better.
Really?
Yeah. And I've had a pretty long untapped history.
You do. And
We need to be friends on that.
We should also let Rob know that we have had other brewers and owners on this, and we don't BS them. So if we didn't like it, we would tell you.
Ben had no stink about. I mean, it wasn't one of the live shows, but for the Elysian Space Dust,
Gross.
He put that one into the dirt.
I would
And
like
obviously
to.
tastes are going to be different for everybody, but
Sure.
I feel like this is one of those objectively we can all agree great beer.
Well, we'll see if we all
and
agree.
maybe and maybe we'll agree to disagree, but if you disagree on this, you're incorrect.
All right, Colin Nomar Garcia Parra.
I don't love that nickname, but I will answer the question. I never buy lagers except if my in-laws are in town or something, if I'm being perfectly honest. And then even then I'll typically have one or two, but it's more just because they're available. This, I'll be like a lager robber over here because I'd be very happy to go steal one of these out from under them.
I'm changing your name in my phone right now.
Now, I honestly, I feel like this is just me by myself. I'm not talking like I just mowed the yard and you need something cold. I'm talking it's a normal day. I just want a nice cold beer. This is a single home run for me. It's just me by myself facing the outfield and just going, bye-bye. That's it.
I thought he was gonna hit a nice single and then Ricky Henderson it and steal second and third. The way that he
Y'all
was
do
talking
know I
there.
want to steal every
You
single time. I
do.
always want to run.
That's true. You're insane like that. You want to go next or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Go for it.
I mean, not a whole lot extra to say from what's already been said. Very verbose, very accurate. The older I've gotten, the more I've enjoyed lighter beers. Wasn't something that I drank a lot of in my college days, back when you could handle putting down a 6-pack of of Two Hearted and it's a 7% heavy IPA. The older you get, the less you can handle that. So I've really been on the lager pilsner kick lately. This is very good, very crisp. It's light, but it's not light. So it's not a light beer, but it's not like you drink it and you're like, oh, this is on the heavier side. I can have one or two of these. This is I've been out. I've had a few beers at the ball game, 7th, 8th inning. You've been drinking a little bit. You're ready for another beer. you can't have something heavy. You want something real crisp, really refreshing on a nice night. And the ball soars out of the ballpark. A nice 2-run late inning go ahead home run right there. You've had a nice game and you're towards the end and you're ready for that put 'em away shot.
My review is not going to differ a whole lot in terms of where it lands, but I will say this. A lot of light beers that we have had, and just in general, don't always have a ton of flavor. It just feels very bland. And this is not that. This has great flavor. It is a little sweeter, like you said, than I expected it to be. It's really delicious, though. I'm not going to belabor the fact, this is a home run. However, mine is a more fun home run. It's an inside the park home run that hits off the top of the wall, and every outfielder just trips over themselves trying to get it.
PCA home run.
Yeah, exactly.
That's rude.
What's the difference between a home run and a Little League home run?
A Little League home run is when you are the batter and you come around to score, but there's errors that get you there.
Okay.
They're actual charged errors.
Mine is the ball hits the top of the
Yeah.
fence and bounces like 75 feet back into play.
So
they're
like a
just
Little
running
League
around
home
for
run
it.
would be scored like a single and 3 bases of errors, or
Yeah.
a double and 2 bases of errors,
Yeah.
where an inside the park home run is actually scored a home run.
It's an inside the park home run for me because that's infinitely more fun to see live.
And I will say, I completely get how this won that award because,
This is delicious.
yes, I might have to get a second one. We're done.
You can also find this beer at CHS Field.
No kidding.
Oh, nice.
So.
Well, we got to get back to a Twins game and talk to Sean again.
Saints game.
CHS Field,
What did I
and
say?
I
You
assume
said
liquor
Twins.
stores all
Twins.
over the city.
Saints.
Awesome.
Very
'cause
nice.
Yeah, CHS Field has a nice craft brew patio in the back.
They do.
Some
Left-
really
left
good
field corner?
Really good, yeah, left field corner right by the foul pole.
Yep.
A lot of really good craft beers from the area
Yep.
back there. I think it's two per brewer out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Very
other one we
nice.
have is from our guest brewer here. It's called Pen Name Fermentation. They make some weird, unique beers, but also really good.
Very cool.
nice.
Well, tell us about the second one we have to try if you don't mind.
Yeah, so this next beer is a hazy IPA. It's one of our OG beers from the original tap list. This is one that when we were starting up the brewery, my business partner and I probably made about 40 different batches of homebrew hazy IPA to perfect the hop blend that we wanted. So this one is going to have Nelson, Cashmere, and Azaka. The fun thing about this hazy IPA is that you're going to get like a white wine, like a dry white wine taste in there potentially. And that comes from that Nelson hop. So it kind of helps like cleanse the palate of that hop debris that kind of like over a while will make your tongue just not be able to taste anything anymore.
Yeah.
So this is one of our flagship beers. And the big reason we like to keep this one around is that it's one that you can have multiple hazy IPAs and not feel like your palate is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a reverse snake since we started down there. Let's start here.
Yeah, Ben wants to have all of his thoughts not taken already.
That's right. I don't want to be the last one to go again. I'm generally not an IPA guy, and especially hazy. The hazier they get, the more I tend to not like them. However, this is a lot easier to drink. It is a little bit sweeter than other hazy IPAs I've had, and I think that might be why I like it. I do get a little bit of that dryness on the back of the tongue you mentioned, which is a little bit like that wine sensation. I don't know. I feel like I'm just saying everything you just said, but I'm verifying that what you say is true.
So much for not having everything you were going to say be taken already.
Well, he's the master. I'm just repeating what he said. It is really good, though. I don't know that I personally could do a lot of these, but I enjoy it. To me, this is a solid double into the gap.
Yeah, this is another one really good choice to put out in front of us today. Like you said, like I said earlier, the older I'm getting, the less I can drink multiple of like heavier IPAs. This is light enough to be able to have multiple packed with that hoppy flavor. One thing nobody else probably will talk about, I gave it a little smell. With IPAs, I like to give it a little scent test because
Well, hold
it's
on real
usually
quick. Can I talk about the smell real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
No, I'm just
do
kidding.
it. Do it.
You said nobody else
No,
was gonna
it's
do it.
it's just got a nice crisp aroma of the hops and the fruity like aroma to it, which I like a lot. I especially on like a nice pretty day, you're thinking one IPA and that pretty much does it. This is one that you could definitely be like, I can sit out, drink 3 or 4 of these on a day like today. I think it's a little bit more fun than a lager, as much as I love lagers, and that's becoming my go-to style. Lagers are kind of basic by nature. This is a bit more fun. So I'm going to go with a nice like triple down the line, because while home runs score more runs, triples are more fun. And I could watch people run out triples all day long.
Like
and I
Colin.
could drink this all day long.
Like Colin, because he doesn't listen to base coaches.
Well, on that note, that's exactly where I was going with it. Look, I think there's a very big difference between your first beer and your like third beer.
100%.
When you go to a brewery, you're not going to have the same one for your first or your second and third. At least you're not your first and third. This is a first beer. This is your leadoff batter. This is our Josh. Josh Rusko does.
Hopefully a little bit better than my average this
So
season.
this
our
beer
leadoff.
pops up to the shortstop?
No. But here, no.
Please, I can't get the ball off the ground these days.
But when I step up and I see Josh at second, I'm not trying to drill it to over the fence. What I'm trying to do is bring him home. And I know I'll get to second because I want to like get a really deep line drive. So it should be a second base beer. But everybody here knows me, and I don't listen to batting coaches. I don't listen to third base coaches. I don't care. I'm going to run. The second I see a throw go to second, I'm already on my way to third.
Hustle triple.
And I'll probably get there most of the time. So for me, this is a effort triple.
I've never heard truer words from Colin in my life. He listens to no one on the base path.
Hey, at least
Stop. Yeah, I'm
hey,
going.
you know what you do with great athletes. You don't try to coach them to be something they're not. You
right.
let them be who they are.
You also don't coach Colin. So.
Well, yes. All right, Alex, bring us home, buddy.
Yeah. Stereotypical middle-aged white guy that loves IPAs. Drink something like. I mean, don't talk to me unless it's got at least 100.
Who are you talking to? We have two podcasts. We're the same person.
Yeah, I know. Very true. Yeah. Usually when I drink something, it's like, did you know this is hops in it? But no, this is a solid triple that drives in a run. This is a very good hazy IPA. Yeah, I really enjoy this. And I've enjoyed every beer that I've had here so far. And we'll definitely be picking up at liquor stores, or do you guys do growlers? What are you?
We don't do any growlers, but we do. We crowler every Monday or Tuesday. Any beer that we don't have in cans currently, we'll then put into crowlers so you can still get it to go home.
Very nice.
Awesome stuff,
Yeah.
man.
And I will say, not one of the selected beers from the tap room for this ballpark brews, but I had the mango habanero sour. I have to say, that was spectacular. With a mango habanero, I've had a lot of mango habanero stuff. Sometimes it's hard to balance the flavor and the kick. It balances the flavor and the kick so well. That's what I was drinking during the show. We all got ourselves a beer to have sip on while we were doing the show. That mango habanero sour, fantastic. The flavor was great. The kick was perfect for a beer. He doesn't know that I was going to say anything about it. It's not one of the ones that we were given, but I have to shout it out because it was fantastic. As a fan of sours, as a fan of things with some heat and some kick, fantastic on that.
Yeah, that's a beer that I really, really like, and I keep pushing to bring it back every year because I also like spicy beers and having them balanced where like you get that kick on the end, but the initial flavor is very sour, very sweet from the mango. And then you get that nice little burning in the throat that makes you want to drink another sip.
Yep, for sure. And that's called Hot Girl Summer here. So for anybody listening in the area, coming over here, and you're looking for, what was that mango habanero that Josh was
Hot
talking
Girl
about?
Summer.
If I'm being
Yes.
honest, I associate hot girls with liking a lot of plants too. And legitimately, if you have not been here, look at it online and come here because you're
Married
in the
Colin hitting the
hanging
dating
gardens
apps.
of
That was the
Babylon
that was
over
the
here.
most veiled compliment to your wife I've ever heard.
No big
He's
deal.
like, I have a hot wife who loves plants, so I'm going to
You could- you
absolutely
could've-
double down here.
You could have just said that.
But legitimately, give it a shot because very friendly environment.
Absolutely. We have really enjoyed our time here. Thank you so much for having us. We do have one more quick segment if you want to stick around for it, or if you need to get back to something, Rob.
Unfortunately, I got to hop out. I have a bunch of meetings that I have to do today. so.
Did you just say hop out?
Rob, we can't thank you enough for being on here. Thank you for the beer. Thank you for the hospitality.
Yeah,
Give it up for
guys.
Rob, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, Ben, are you going to bring us home with some trivia that's actually more well thought out than this player played once and is 6'4"?
Guys, we've been doing the
He was 6'10", Josh.
It was 6'2", first of all.
This player one time got sun in his eyes while he was trying to field the ball.
First of all, we've been doing the show for over a year. I have come up with every trivia question we've ever done. And I'm not going to lie to you, I phoned it in last episode.
It's okay.
One time.
I also would like to say,
months.
I would like to say you took on trivia as a thing that you wanted to do,
Oh,
and
I know.
you've never asked to rotate it to anybody. We
I
have
don't
not
need to.
refused.
No,
Do you want me to do my low-hanging fruit before that?
We can't.
How many times?
We don't have time.
It's the
So,
fourth time.
somebody text me after the show. If you go and listen,
7.
Tell me how many times low hanging
7.
fruit he has
7.
said. Yeah. Okay.
We actually don't have time for it, Colin, because we do the next event is here in about 20 minutes. So we need to.
we gotta wrap.
We need to get through trivia. However, Josh, you're off the hook this week.
Woo!
So today's trivia is all about Tennessee and Iowa baseball.
Hey,
Because our two
Can't
guests,
look stupid today.
one is from Iowa, one is from Tennessee. And you're only going to get the questions about your home state.
Oh,
now I'm gonna look at the answers.
I'm not looking forward to this. All right.
All right, so question 1 goes to Colin. True or false? So you got a 50-50 shot already. Tennessee has produced more Major League Baseball Hall of Famers than Iowa.
true.
That is correct.
Can you name him?
Can you name
It's
any of
one.
them?
The answer is there's one. And can you name him?
I know future Hall of Famer.
No.
So no.
I will tell you, this is a former University of
Is he the
Tennessee
knuckleballer?
quarterback that backed
Clausen.
up Peyton Manning
Jimmy
at the
Clausen.
University of Tennessee,
Jimmy, yes, the human ostrich, Jimmy Clausen.
who went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
No,
whoa.
University of Jimmy Clausen went to Notre Dame.
No, I know, but
Guys, remember, we have 20 minutes before the next event.
It's Todd Helton, but he was the backup quarterback to Peyton Manning at the University of Tennessee.
Yes.
okay.
All right, Alex, are you ready?
Not even remotely, but go
Okay.
ahead.
Major League Baseball has started the Field of Dreams game to celebrate the film, as well as the field in Dyersville, Iowa. True or false, the first Field of Dreams game was the most watched regular season Major League Baseball game since 2005.
That feels true.
It is true. And do you know approximately how many viewers it had?
Well, Dyersville's not exactly a large city.
Viewers, not attendees.
attendance.
Yeah,
viewership.
yeah.
1.2.
I want to say it feels like 2.5 million people watched.
You're less than halfway
Not even
there.
close.
5.9 million.
I was like, it's either 5 or 2. Like for some reason, 5 and 2 were sticking in my head, and I'm like, it's either 2.5 or 5.2. And
And
I'm
I
like, what
promise when I brought up the Field of Dreams game earlier, I did not know these trivia questions. I didn't even know that I was off the hook today.
It's true. 5.9 million.
No kidding.
All right, Colin. Which AAA team plays in Nashville? This is a
Sounds.
It was a multiple choice.
He didn't need it.
But he didn't need it. It's the Nashville Sounds.
I can tell you all 4 AAA teams in the state of Tennessee.
We don't have time. All right, Alex.
Yeah.
What was the first name of the now Iowa Cubs?
Oh shoot. You couldn't go with what, because it used to be the Waterloo Diamonds that are now the Waterloo Bucks.
Your namesake.
It just landed that way. We did not have anything to do with the team as much as we went to every single game.
Wait, you
when I
don't
was-
own the Iowa Bucks or the Waterloo Bucks?
Oh, not even close. The guys that own the Waterloo Bucks, I think, also own the Waterloo Blackhawks.
Aren't
Wow.
you Alex the Waterloo
No,
Bucks?
yeah. First name for the Iowa Cubs. The Iowa Chops were the hockey team. Iowa Cubs. I should really
Think plant foliage tree.
plant foliage tree.
Those are your hints.
Because I'm thinking of all the other Iowa like minor league teams. Because the Cedar Rapids Colonels, which by
Right,
the way,
right.
I dislike Cedar Rapids. But that's a Waterloo thing. There's
Sorry to ostracize our big Cedar
There's
Rapids
a whole
fan
thing
base.
between Waterloo and Cedar Falls or Cedar Rapids. It's a thing, and I don't know why.
Okay.
Original name for the Iowa Cubs. I'm drawing a blank, and my dad is going to get mad at me.
The Iowa Oaks.
I don't know if you know this. Not a ton of trees.
Hey man, I didn't name them.
in Iowa.
A lot
up
of
near the
open
Driftless,
fields.
yeah. But
Do you know when they became the Iowa Cubs? What year?
I think they've been the Iowa Cubs since I've known. Like,
Yes,
about
it is
them.
before
So,
you
like,
were alive.
Okay, so it had to be like the mid '80s to like.
Pretty close, 1982.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm gonna say it was the Oaks because they used oak bats.
Probably.
That could be.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right, Colin, you ready?
One more for each of you.
This is another multiple choice, so cool it. Which Tennessee city is home to the AAA affiliate of the Cardinals? A, Knoxville, B, Chattanooga, C, Nashville, or D, Memphis?
My hometown. Rolling on the river, Memphis, Tennessee.
And the name of that team is?
The Memphis Redbirds.
There you go. Colin, you were 3 for 3.
We should have given Alex multiple choice and Colin open ended.
Well, this one I feel like Alex is going to crush.
Okay.
What?
You put far too much faith in me, my friend.
No, you're going to know this one. I'll give you a hint, too, if you get stuck.
Okay.
What future Hall of Fame manager managed in Des Moines before becoming famous in the majors? Hint, he loves to take Sears family photos with his cat.
Oh my God.
And it's not Alf.
No. Oh, shoot.
Got a weird haircut.
Yeah. I do not know, and I can just feel my dad just looking at me in disappointment.
Steve will love you no matter what.
Shouldn't be something you're not used to.
Yeah, no, fair.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tony La Russa.
God. Well, no swearing on this pod, but I would have done that.
You wouldn't be the first one. All
We
right.
gave a clearance at our last live show, so
Yeah, no kidding. All right, guys, that's all we have for today at Wandering Leaf. Alex, Colin, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
thank you for our minor leaguers coming up to the bigs.
And thank you to everybody who came out to see us today. We are Swing and a Miss. Play the game, love the game. Talk to you in a few weeks. And by the way,
Woo!
Yay!
that's the applause sign going back up.
Listen,
We outie.
follow, subscribe.